Hi, this message is for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, or North Node. You could also be a cross watcher, and this message could be for you. So, I went ahead and I pulled most of the cards. I'll probably clarify with some more tarot as I go, but this is your tarot and archetype reading. Also, just want to let you know if you guys were interested in getting a personal reading, I have a website up where you can book. There's other ways to pay too if you don't want to pay on my website, but I have options $10 to $100, so there's different sizes and readings you can do. So if you're interested in that, go to my website, cosmicharmony.org. So let's go ahead and get started. I want to go over the first oracle card I have, and there's a myth behind it, and I'm going to read the little myth that comes with it. We got the bull, which is sacrifice. And I'm like, what is it? Just looking at this, I'm like, there's something that you're letting go of. It's keeping you out of alignment, and you can see this. Let me show you these three cards that are laying down in a row. So you got the bull, right? See how the lightning, the darkness, okay? And then we got misalignment. And then the dark angel. So let's see what's going on here. Sacrifice. And this is card number 40. And it says... Hold on. All worthwhile things mean we must sacrifice something. Martyrdom rarely is a good choice. It is good to trust your tribe. Have faith that all will be well. Reciprocity and offering to something bigger than you is a powerful act. Oh, this sounds like it's going to be good. I like a good reading. There is little agreement upon the true origins of the cult of Mithras, partially due to its inherently hidden and mysterious nature, and the way its rites and rituals were communicated through a tightly held hierarchical structure. What we know from the dark holy caverns called Mithraeums is that men only met in the deepest wombs of the earth, numbering no more than 40 at a time, and conducted workshops and rituals to enliven the god Mithras, and he killed as a sacrifice a bull, the Tauroctony. This blood sacrifice was not just a symbol of laying down of life for a higher purpose, but a scene literally reflected in the night sky in the shape of the constellation Perseus and the goddess Luna. The snake eating its tail, Ouroboros, also featured around Mithras, indicating a never-ending cycle of creation, death, and rebirth. It is said that the handshake, a signal of a bond between men and peace and agreement, had its origins in the Mithraic ritual, that this was how the cult members found each other. It is no wonder, hold on, I need a drink. Okay. It is no wonder then that Mithras became popular with Roman soldier. War in those times was bloody and serious business, and a god promoted honor between men of action, represented sacrifice for the greater good, and reflected a cycle of rebirth, was particularly relevant for these legions of fighting men, who risked their lives for long periods of glory of Rome. In ancient civilizations, the sacrificing of a bull was part of the important ritual. Bulls were sacrificed as a valuable and important gift, or offering to the gods, and sometimes to seal important pacts and vows. Time and time again in ancient texts, we learn how important bull sacrifice was. In ancient Egypt, the Apis bull was probably one of the best examples of this. Apis was a god of fertility and was related to the god Ptah. To honor the god, a real bull was affirmed as the Apis bull, a specially bred bull that represented the Apis on the earth. These bulls were marked very distinctively and were carefully looked after. When a sacred Apis bull died, it was time of great mourning, and a series of huge rituals and festivals was undertaken. The new successor was observed very carefully for omens and signs of the oracle interpretation. Interesting. Says most societies no longer sacrifice bulls like our ancestors did. But the concept of sacrifice remains. Bull energy can help you make sacrifices you may need in order to support your work. Something you desire, bull magic can be used to move yourself out of the sacrificial or martyrdom position you have been falling into. Many of us continually sacrifice our own needs over and over and become unhealthy, selfless as a result. Unhealthily selfless as a result. This only breeds resentment and extreme neediness, which is very damaging to our own growth. All right. Okay, so the next card I got is misalignment. This is about be noticing where you are misaligned within yourself with yourself. So those things that you're like, oh, I want to do this or I want to do that, and you're not, or why am I still doing this when I feel like I shouldn't be or don't want to? Those things that are uncomfortable within us because they are not in line with who we instinctually, intuitionally know who we are. And at the bottom of this, it says, miracles become normal once we face all of the aspects of our life in the same direction. So when all of our aspects of our life are lined up. So you're not going to only be focused on the spiritual stuff and then ignore your body, for instance, because you make basically your body also like a spiritual practice. Does that make sense? So, and then we also got the dark angel, and the dark angel talks about being light in the dark. So like when dark things happen, instead of being having like a victory for the darkness, it's like you have a victory for the lightness, the light in the dark. So let's see what's going on with you here. Okay, so the first card I got out is Gnosis. This is in the center for the self. This is the knowing that's contained within the internal knowing. And for you, in your position, you've got the Six of Wands. Crossing you, I've got the Death card. You could be dealing with a Scorpio. So I'm seeing like you standing in a really good position right now. Like you're gaining confidence. You are being that light in the darkness. And this internal knowing is like, it's that confidence within you. Now what I'm wondering is this death crossing you. Wow. Okay, that is amazing. What I'm wondering is this death crossing you. Is this something that you just went through? Like you're stepping through the threshold? So let me find out here. To clarify the Six of Wands, I got the Hanged Man in reverse, the Temperance card, and the Ten of Coins. This is like you are seeing yourself from a different perspective. You've got balance. This is the right timing, and whatever you're doing is actually bringing you success. I'm seeing like your money is good. Your financial situation is probably improving, doing better. Wow, like there's a lot of stable energy here. So why is the Death card crossing you? It could be, like I said, it could be a Scorpio too. So why is the Death card crossing you? We'll see if we can find out. Oh shoot, that was too many. Okay, well, there was too many cards that came out, but it looks like just from the cards that came out that you might have had a lot of options and you chose one and went with it. Yeah, there's movement. There's movement now. Like, and this reminds me of, like, you know, the Death card talks about the Phoenix rising, and then this reminds me of, like, the Phoenix, even though it's not rising, it's flying, but still, you know what I mean? It's like the fast movement energy. It also could be a message, something coming in too. But I feel like after like a long period of like stagnation, it's moving. Wow. For some of you, this actually could be a new love coming in too that you're unaware of. Or maybe that's where you are feeling the success. So like you're doing something that you love, or I just feel like you're feeling really good right now. This will be interesting to see what the sacrifice is about. I see it. This looks like a very interesting reading. So I'm seeing there's something you're not letting go of, and it might be why. Yeah. So you're doing really good, but there's something still here, because in the subconscious I got the Village, and then I've got the Tear, and we've got the Tower in reverse. So again, this is something in the subconscious related to your home, your hometown, the way you were raised, not being let go of. Now, I can't remember what it says about the Tear in the Archetypes book, so I'm probably going to look. I might pause it while I look, just so sake of time. Okay, we've got the Fool out. This is an Aries card. You could be dealing with an Aries. Now, one thing I want to say about the Village is like your home, or how you grew up, where you grew up, okay? Like your hometown too. And the Fool would be like leaving home, and then it's like you gather your lessons and then go back. So some of you could be thinking about going back home or leaving home, like one of those two. Wow, okay. Queen of Swords just came out too. There's definitely something that you might be cutting out here. Let me look at the... Okay, so there's a couple things. So, okay, what I'm seeing here is that you might receive... Well, this is in your subconscious. So I'm thinking that you might have already received some criticism. There's this Queen of Swords. She can be critical. You could be dealing with an air sign too. But this is someone who speaks the truth. She's upright, which is good. But it's like it caused some sadness, fear. It could be surrounding something from your home. So it could be family or like someone you grew up with. Or it could be you that had to be this way to someone. You know, I almost feel like the Six of Wands came out. I feel like someone might be giving you some kind of criticism as advice, but that caused some sadness in you, but it actually is going to help you. Like, maybe it's what made you be successful. Being either cut off or having this advice, or like critical advice, I guess. But, because you're in the Six of Wands now, is what I'm seeing. It could have been a Taurus. It could have been a spouse or an ex-spouse, or it even could have been like a judge, or like someone who has something to do with institutions that cause some kind of, yeah, there's some kind of sadness here. There's a tear. There's sadness here. I want to know what this Aries is, though. Or the Fool. King of Swords. Upright. So you could be married, possibly. Okay, because what I'm kind of seeing is, like, I've got the King of Swords on this side with the Aries. I've got the Queen of Swords on this side with the Hierophant. Someone might have, like, a lack of commitment here on one side. And this other side, I'm seeing, like, someone who is very logical, speaks their truth, but also takes action. This person takes a lot of action. And this person is more... holds back. Or at least that could be the dynamic. But I feel like one of you said something to the other, though, that caused, like, some sadness. And it could have reminded you of, like, a parent or something, like a scolding parent almost. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Okay, now on your mind is there's this truth. Because I've got Alethea, okay? And we've got the Four of Wands in reverse. I'm going to clarify that before I get into it, because what is this Four of Wands in reverse on the mind? And this truth is interesting because it's like black and white. Picture, however, it's like inverse, kind of like the yin-yang. Okay, so there was something that you were lying to yourself about. Let me see. What is it that you were lying to yourself about? And now you're seeing the truth. It could have been this truth that was spoken by someone here. And that's what is on your mind here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I really do. I feel like they gave you some kind of truth that helped you to be successful. But I'm wondering what this truth is. We got the Nine of Coins and we've got the Three of Coins. This is like you had to learn something, develop something. Like this is having to stick with something, be committed to something. What is the Seven of Swords in reverse? So what were you lying to yourself about? Star. Okay, then you've got the Star. You could be dealing with an Aquarius. Aquarius could be the other person in this picture. It could be the Aquarius was lying to themselves. Give me just a minute here. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is that there's probably, okay, so there's harmony, there's some disharmony here. The truth is there's disharmony, and it may be because someone is not taking the actions that they need to be working on. So someone needs to do something, and so it could either be you or it's a person you're dealing with. But again, if it's someone you're dealing with, this is also a reflection of you. So what I'm kind of seeing is that follow through, lack of commitment, follow through is what is needing to be done here. Yeah. Definitely, because I'm also getting, too, I'm looking at the future here, too. So, Okay, let's go into the future more. So I got the offering. This is either you receiving an offer or giving an offer. From the King of Pentacles in reverse, this is your energy, but it's reversed, which can indicate being too focused on work or money or worried about it too much. Let me see. It could also be someone else you're dealing with, like a father figure. So the Five of Wands came out. It kind of flipped one way and then flipped the other way. So let me get another one. On the bottom of the cup, this is making a choice. What is this? Seven of Coins. Okay. One. Let me get one more. Okay, this is okay. Nine of Swords in reverse. Okay, there's movement here. Okay, let's see. The Devil. There's a release of there's something being burned. There's a sacrifice. Oh my God. What is this? There's an the offering is a sacrifice. Okay. What? Okay, you're offering something up, like as a sacrifice. What is it that you're offering up? I feel like it's something that you fought for. What are you offering up here? Okay, because look, these guys, they are literally offering a sacrifice. And like this, the offering, okay? Okay, and there's the King of Pentacles. Are you offering... Give me just a minute here. So this definitely looks like you're sacrificing prosperity or like feeling like the lack. Does that make sense? Like, don't worry about my niece in the background.
Hi guys.
She's hanging out with me for a minute, so. Okay, Ace of Swords just came out. So there is a truth. This is like an epiphany, aha moment. This is like, oh my gosh, like you're coming to this conclusion that like, I feel like you're finding the easy way. There's an easy, okay, so like if you're having a hard time with money or something like that, it's like you're giving up the struggle, I guess. That's what it is. It's like giving up this fight, the struggle, like you might be giving away money, like giving up the need to be prosperous in financially, and it has something to do with like because I think so what's coming in is that you're now in this Six of Wands energy with the Ten of Coins. So this is showing that like one part of you is like rich, successful, abundant, right? And there's this other part of you that still thinks you're like have to work hard, struggle, and be poor to have that. And I think what's happening is that's the sacrifice that you are making, is you're cutting that out, you're giving that up, that belief, that struggle within you, like this fighting to have what you want, what you deserve in life. You're lying. Okay, that's the other thing. It's like you're lying to yourself that you can't have what you want because, like one part of you is over here in this like abundance, and the other part of you is like, I'm still poor, but you're not. So your advice is the Six of Cups in reverse. This is like letting go of